Dutch Reformed economist Bob Goudzwaard has written many books and talked a lot about growth and progress and how at times in the West we idolize these things by absolutizing them and making them the most important thing to the exclusion of other very valuable aspects of life. He was a student of Herman Goudzwaard, and he was a student of Abraham Kuyper. And so they have this long theological tradition, but I have been thinking a lot about his work, particularly a book called Capitalism and Progress, and how that relates to marketing and AI, because it makes me question a lot of the base assumptions that I've had about the way to think about business or use AI to kind of maximize our efficiency and our capabilities, because AI doesn't always get everything right. And if a human were doing it, there probably would be a little bit higher quality on some aspects of creating the content that we do and things like that, but it would have taken a much, much longer time, which means we would have charged a lot higher price to do some things. So it's gotten me thinking about the way that we structure our business, the ambitions that we have toward growth, the way that we're using technology. And we talk about this as a team, but I'm kind of leaning toward this way of like being a craftsman, in the sense of like you have a leather goods craftsman or a shoe cobbler or something, or a woodworker, where they just spend a lot of time on these details and getting things right and making things almost like the way they should be. And if you're on LinkedIn enough, you know that the 5-step playbook to $1 million ARR with a team of 3, whatever, that's this kind of mentality. You see it. I wonder if that throws off our ambitions and our assumptions and the ways that we think about how to actually create something of value. And that if we thought about it more rightly, we would have lower assumptions or ambitions toward the way that we think about growth or progress. So Goudzwaard traces this back all the way to the French Revolution and the kind of the ways that this kind of like modern, postmodern way of viewing things is kind of creeping into the way that we run businesses. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. But more practically, it's just gotten me thinking about what is the right relationship of the way that we use AI and the way that we use our time and where our time should be placed in order to get the kind of output or quality or whatever that we are looking for. So this goes back to like Linear's CEO, Kaari Saarinen. He had a great talk at Figma, their conference this year, about craftsmanship and quality. And he's been talking a lot about that lately. But I just can't get away from the fact that like, I think I have had wrong assumptions based on the kind of expectations of technology and the way that like entrepreneurial culture and business culture talk about it. And I think we should have maybe lower expectations of like doing a really good job and doing high quality work and the time and money that it takes to really do a good job. So anyway, it's just something that I've been thinking a lot about. And I'm curious what others might think about it too. So feel free to leave a comment. But this is your daily snap for today. We'll see you later.